Best Automatic is a car program talking about another car program. What are actually scrapping the vehicles? What was travelling on the most dangerous roads you can imagine? Yes, these vehicles were gathered up and brought to England and then just left for scrap. Yes, these vehicles were driven by that famous sexy hunk. Yes, the big lanky curly hair himself, Jeremy Clarkson. Yes, and the Best Automatic team talk a bit more about Jeremy Clarkson and his lovely little life stories. How much he talks about, talking about that subject where he says about men should go out with men. But we knew that Jeremy Clarkson was a bit of a ladies' man, and he got married, and things changed. And obviously the Best Automatic, well, the best thing about it is the beginning of it, because there's always having crashes on it. But never that, man, the Best Automatic talk more about Jeremy Clarkson and his humble, days later, where he moved on from Top Gear and did more things. But sadly and surely, the Best Automatic wants to talk about something sadder. Yes, the Museum Bury had contained these vehicles and gave a lovely expedition back in 2024. The team go and explore these vehicles. Well, one of them did, and talks about the demise and the destruction of seeing these vehicles going through, and how sad it would be. But yes, it is sad. But yes, these vehicles will be no more longer with us, no more. But we move on back talking about Machete as well. Well, technically they don't really. They just mention about taco vans again. Yeah, as they did on their previous show. But no, there is a purpose. They talk about the Baja 1000 and explain it like the episode of The Fall Guy for some reason. Yeah, you might be scratching your head and a bit confused about that, but they are old men, and Fall Guy was an educational program what had some form of fantasy about a stuntman being really good at driving, when we all see stunt people are crashing cars, not literally driving them nice. This is how it was in their humble beginnings for children, to watch cars jumping in the air, and it looked really good and exciting, thinking the Baja was that crazy. But really, down in reality about the Baja, it's the endurance, the indestructible race. And obviously the team of the Best Automatic talk a lot about that subject, but they're not. They want to talk about a very durable vehicle. As you can see, movie clips being made on a very high budget film. Yes, an ambulance film, because they believe that ambulances could be like taco vans and will be really good and exciting, like you could see on a Grand Theft Auto game. They talk very purposely about Michael Bay movie, the ambulance a lot, and talk about all the fancy special effects and stuff, and they want to actually replicate some of this by not doing it in real life like this guy does, because they haven't got enough money for the budget, and obviously it's going to be shown on YouTube, and obviously it's not going to be shown in the cinema, but they do witter on a lot. I mean, talking about all these effects, all these fancy cameras and all this lot, and all they moan about on their own is about they use their own fancy cameras on a system called Rockstar Editor, and yeah, they do a very epic challenge. As you can see, all these great magnificent effects that movies go through, and yes, you can see that the Best Automatic would like to sort of replicate this, but they do their own challenge and talk about serious stuff like driving something a lot bigger compared to an ambulance. But they don't drive it like Michael Bay wants you to drive it. No, they want to go off-roading with, like on the most dangerous places. Yeah, on GTA. Yeah, the dangerous road. Because that's what the team do on their challenge. Still whittering on about camera shots and all that lot. They try their best to sort of make something really epic and exciting and make your mouth water or whatever. But the thing is, I've got to melt this as long as I can, because this is one of them too long slow motion, slow down more malarkey trailers, just to get you built up, just to see what really happens when the Best Automatic talk about stuff about Jeremy Clarkson, as I mentioned, about men should go out with men or whatever, that's what he said, and their views on it. And you can see when they do their challenge, they are doing it with 3 lorries, big articulated lorries, big trucks, jumping in the air like their old classic Poor Guy does, making cars look really good in slow-mo. But no, if it was a Michael Bay movie, it's got to be really slowed down, speed it up, chop really fine, and really gives you a headache. But it's the Best Automatic, because they talk about what is the fastest car on their automatically test track they have, and you will find out where the vehicles will stand when they get their Feltzer from that lovely classic game GTA. But yes, we all love the carnage and the excitement of seeing them vehicles crash at the beginning of a good episode of the Best Automatic. But yeah, the carnage with ambulances, well, yeah, they do talk about it, and they do want to try to replicate something like the movie Ambulance with car chases and destruction, and they do witter on a lot about it, and this is meant to get you so hyped up and excited, seeing all the best stuff in the Best Automatic, to think getting your hopes up and your adrenaline up and made wittering on for about how long this 10-minute trailer's going for, because that's how long I feel like I'm talking for. And you know what? I want a cup of tea after this, when I've managed to talk all this nonsense about these idiots talking about bleeding cars jumping in the air and crashing and all that. Well, nobody don't want a family saloon vehicle doing that, do they? Oh no! It's bad enough driving in bloody rush hour traffic, I'll tell you that. So, nobody don't want to know about great big bleeding lorries crashing and stuff and all that lot. Well, obviously, you've got to watch the Best Automatic to find out other idiots talking about stuff like that and bringing on bloody carnage and all that lot. Yeah, well, obviously, but it does look good, I will say, as well. When you sit back and watch somebody else doing all the bloody driving and all that lot, even you're actually watching real cars doing it, no, but it is quite exhausting doing all that driving back in the days on that classic game GTA 5, as we all know that you wouldn't be caught dead driving an ambulance on a public lobby. No, would you? Well, online driving an ambulance, you stick out like a sore thumb. So, on the best automatic, just tune in and hopefully you might enjoy and have a giggle at them three idiots trying their best to hype a bloody car program while they don't know no bloody knowledge at all on anything like a car.